Yo, what's going on guys, EN77 here. In today's video we're going to be using the most fun Hog EQ deck inside of Clash Royale. Alright, hopping in the first match here, we're going to be using this giant skeleton hog deck once again. I feel like it's a really fun deck and just nice to go back to it once in a while. Okay, I'm going to accidentally log nothing there. Meant to give him the good luck, but unfortunately was holding the log. And yeah, I'm not sure what this guy's playing, so just gonna play it a bit slow, cycle a EQ on his tower. I'm gonna hog as well, because he did cycle a Mega Minion, so why not? And he does have Golden Knight, so probably gonna be Golem here. Nothing else really runs that. There's a small chance it could be like E-Giant or something, but probably gonna be Golem here. Which is gonna be pretty interesting, because it is kind of hard to deal with his Golden Knights behind the Golem pushes, and also we don't have like the most air defense besides Archer Queen, but he can kind of just lightning it away, so not always the best response. But yeah, Tombstone just is so good against Golems, so that's kind of what's gonna probably help us a lot in this matchup. And also guards are pretty good against E-Barbs, so we do have a few things. And it is nice to have like a bigger tank in this deck in the giant skeleton, so you can kind of just punish them when they go too aggressive with their golems rather than just always having to play defense like normal. Alright, so this guy's gonna golem really early on, but he doesn't have NATO in cycle, so that Hog's probably going to get a ton of damage unless he uses something. It looks like he is just going to ignore it. He did get the King Tower activated though, so he did take minimal damage, but hopefully we can defend well here. Just going to go with the guards, hopefully bait out the GK ability early. Okay, that's really unfortunate that the Golden Knight just dashed across the entire arena and kind of just wrecked our Tombstone. Not the best timing, but I was kind of expecting him to go with the ability a little bit earlier. Luckily, it looks like the giant skeleton is going to clean up really nicely, though, and going to tank for the baby dragon as well. Alright, yeah, perfect defense here. Yeah, really good stuff so far. We're just going to Archer Queen in the middle, just going to apply pressure on him, and also not going to give him any lightning value. And I'm just going to Giant Skeleton in the back now, because he had to go with the lightning there, so I know he was down a lot of elixir. I was expecting him to either go with like a lightning or some tank on it, but I knew either way he'd be down a good amount of elixir, so that's why I was fine going with the giant skelly in the back. But normally it's better to just punish with the giant skeleton in this matchup, because if you kind of just go with it in the back, they can just go on same lane. And since the giant skeleton bomb isn't as strong as it used to be, it's not as good to just like pile up your giant skeleton same lane as the golem, unless you're just focusing on defense, that is. Alright, we're just going to EQ his tower here. He is playing really passively, but that's fine by me, because we're just going to try to slowly chip him out, because he won't really win the slow game, unless he, I don't know, gets like something going for himself. So he is going to golem here, but honestly we're in a pretty good spot. Archer Queen should DPS down most of the golem here. And by the way guys, I do apologize if I sound a little bit weird this video. I am still like a little bit sick. Kind of have been for a while, not really too sick, but just like my voice sounds a little bit different, I guess. Alright, so we just have to make sure that the Tombstone doesn't give him like a really good value Golden Knight ability. The only bad thing about Tombstone is that it kind of works for us, but it also works against us in the fact that it just gives like free Golden Knight abilities to him, like really good value ones. Alright, so looks like Hog is going to get a couple hits here, so we really just need like a few more EQs, and with the Archer Queen on the field right now, we can actually cycle EQs faster than normal, so we might be able to get it here in a second during triple elixir. We're just going to Hog first as well, though, just to see if we can sneak in a hit or anything. He probably will go in with the NATO, but just going to EQ here. We do have NATO as well, so we can just pull back his entire push, and I also know that NATO does good crown tower damage as well when you need it, so yeah. The spell cycle potential is kind of insane, especially once you have an Archer Queen down on the field. And yeah, definitely not the easiest matchup either, because he does have like E-Barbs for the giant skeleton, NATO for the hog and all that, but that's going to be GG here in the first game. Alright, hopping in the second game here, we're going to be up against this guy. I'm pretty sure this guy does play giant double prince, so will be a pretty interesting matchup. Guard should get a lot of value, Tombstone as well, so definitely like having this version against this deck. Alright, And by the way, guys, like I'm sorry that I didn't upload yesterday. I did have like quite a lot of work from my school. I kind of have been having a lot more work because I was sick for a little while, so the work kind of piled up. But should be back to normal pretty soon. I might skip an upload here and there, but should be almost daily uploads on the channel. And yeah. Alright, so here he is gonna go with the E-Wiz. I'm pretty sure he was trying to like reset my queen ability. Sometimes they use like an E-Wiz on your queen and then it just like stun locks the queen and you can't get your ability off, but we just managed to go with the queen ability right before he went with the E-Wiz, so gonna defend really nicely here. And Tombstone will stay alive, so I'm just gonna go with the Hog Rider because I'm hoping that the Tombstone can counter whatever he uses. The only problem with Tombstone is that it's so good at distracting that sometimes it just distracts the troops like too much before they even like cross the bridge, so then your like your towers can't even shoot it and stuff. And unfortunately we might have to let our queen die here. We could have protected it, but then the Dark Prince would have splashed on our tower, and it still will splash on it, so not the greatest here, but a pretty okay start, I guess. And we are going to want to go opposite lane here, because if we go same lane, we're just going to give him, like, free range to just, like, stack everything in one lane. And honestly, Giant Skeleton isn't the best against the double princes, so don't really want to allow him to go same lane as us, but yeah. And by the way, it looks like this guy does have arrows. I guess he may have, like, subbed out Fireball or something for arrows, kind of interestingly. Alright, and he will go with the miner in the back. I guess he wasn't expecting us to have this version. Like, the nice thing about this version is that even though I've been playing it for a little bit, nobody really expects it, so you can always catch them by surprise. Alright, so Queen gonna finish off his prince in combination with the giant skeleton bomb, so still looking really good here. We do have to watch out for his arrows. Yeah, he's gonna go with arrows, but luckily the Mega Minion was kited by a couple skeletons, so I'm gonna clean up just fine here as well. By the way, guys, the new Tombstone is so OP that if they have like a Lava Hound and then they go with the Inferno Dragon behind it, if you just go with a Tombstone, it will distract the Inferno Dragon permanently until the Tombstone dies. That's like how fast the skeletons now spawn, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. And alright, so this guy just went in really aggressively, and even though he is up a bit, he did go super aggressive, so I'm pretty sure he has like no elixir left, and we probably will get a couple hog swings here, a bit of earthquake damage as well, so yeah. You can kind of just see we're just abusing the Tombstone in this matchup, more or less. And yeah. He will probably just be stacking the princes in the left lane, but as long as we can just slowly spell cycle him out, we should be pretty good to go here. Gonna go with a high queen here just to snipe the Mega Minion before he can get like a giant down in front of it. And gonna work out for us pretty well here. And he will still have to respond to the queen, otherwise it's just gonna like take his right tower. And he will go with the high E-Wiz, but now he doesn't have it for defense, so this probably is gonna be GG here. Yeah, really nice win here. Really clean to beat that deck. Alright, hopping in the next game here, we're gonna be up against this guy. And this guy does main lava, so it probably will be a lava deck that we face here. Lava is kind of interesting with this deck. Like, the thing is, like, you have the queen, which is really good against the balloon, but I don't know, it's kind of a bit difficult to deal with their support units sometimes. Like, if they have like skeleton dragons or something, you can't really kill it very well, but the other nice thing is that you do have the NATO for his balloon, and if you use like a Tombstone plus NATO, you can activate King versus the balloon and take no damage, so yeah. We're actually just gonna EQ here, because I know that we can't really play our queen early, otherwise we won't be able to use it like directly on his troops, and yeah. I might play it here in a second though, because the Tombstone, as I was like saying in the previous game, it is gonna like permanently distract the Inferno Dragon, which is kind of broken. Okay, this guy actually misses his arrows here, and he is playing arrows over like Zap or something, I guess just to counter Queen, which is gonna make it a little bit harder for us here, but you know, that still is like 7 elixir, like fireball arrows to kill our queen, so still not gonna be the best for him either way. And we're just gonna ability here. If he doesn't respond to it, it's gonna still get a lot of damage, and Yeah, he's gonna go with another lava here, but I'm pretty sure it will be a 2-tower game. It almost always is a 2-tower game when you're playing Hog EQ against lava, so I'm always preparing for the 2-tower game by getting chip damage on both sides whenever I can. And Guard's gonna do a ton of damage as well, so he pretty much took his right tower. Just need like a couple EQs or something. And I'm gonna hog here as well. Just want to delay the queen as much as possible, and now I'm gonna go with it. And there's no reason to really play your queen really early, because you can't like cycle multiple queens on the field at a time, so there's not really any reason for that. We're just gonna kite everything with a nice guards, and we're gonna tombstone here. Okay, we did actually get the tombstone down kind of late, and his loon will take our tower, but luckily our guard does get one swing on his tower. Yeah, unfortunately, even good players sometimes make mistakes like that. Even some of the best players do. I do as well sometimes, but probably not going to cost us too much here, I'm hoping. We do just need like 2 logs and a EQ to finish his right tower, and same with the left tower, so yeah, just have to be careful here to not run out of time. Looks like he is trying to defend, but we just need like a EQ log, and we can actually use a NATO as well to finish him off if we have to. This is going to actually be really close. Oh no. Can we do it? Alright, I think we're going to be able to take his tower here. Alright. And that was kind of a bad lava by him, I feel like. I'm not sure if he was like expecting to defend or not, but that's probably going to be GG here. Yeah, good game. Gonna give him a bit of BM back. Alright, hopping in the next game here, we're gonna be up against this guy. I do know this guy pretty well. Not sure what he's playing though. I know he does like to play Xbow and minor decks, so could be a cycle deck here or something like that. Okay, so we just have Ram Rider, so we all know what that means. Probably gonna be MK Ram Rider. I feel like I face this pretty much every video at this point, but it do be like that though. On ladder I pretty much face it like every few games, so yeah. It is nice though to have like the giant skeleton in this deck over like a Valkyrie or something like normal, because that way you can have like a really good tank to counter the MK, and also the giant skeleton death bomb is really nice against their queens as well, because it kind of just like will just like bomb their entire push even after it dies, and even though it's not as strong as before, it still is pretty solid. And he is gonna lightning on our queen, maybe a bit aggressive by him, because I'm not sure if he'll have enough elixir to defend everything too well. Yeah, he's gonna ghost, but Hog Rider probably gonna break through, to be honest, for a few hits. Yeah, looks like it'll get 2 hits here. I would NATO the bandit to king tower, but it looks like it's too low HP after that bomb, so we're just gonna log it away here. And by the way, guys, like, just for a general rule of thumb, if you're facing some deck with like queen in it, and you have queen in your own deck and they go with it behind their tower, you can always go with your own queen behind your tower, because even if they lightning it, then they're just going to be down so much elixir, so always fine to do that. But I'm just going to queen high here. I don't want to give him any lightning value with the tombstone and the queen, so that's why I did it really high there. And they do often try to get like a MK at the river, but I'm not too worried about it, because I know that those skeletons will help from the tombstone there, and he does go with this snowball, but guards are just so solid against all this spammy stuff, so gonna work out pretty well for us. And I do want to get my king activated kind of soon, but he is kind of applying a lot of pressure, and it is double elixir now, so not gonna be as easy. Probably just gonna finish off this bandit with the tombstone here, and maybe if he plays like a ghost later on or something, we can get our king activated from it. Alright, so yeah, Giant Skeleton just gonna do such a good job against the MK. Even though it does have like the weaker death bomb now, the base damage that it does is just really helpful against the MKs. Alright, and we're honestly just gonna EQ here. I'm not too worried about defense. I know that like the Giant Skeleton death bomb will finish off most of his push, then we just have like guards log for his Ram Rider if we need it. And we're actually just gonna go with the high queen here. I'm gonna force him to lightning. He does go with the ghost though, so we do have to overspend a little bit here. Alright, and he does spend the snowball as well, so I'm pretty sure we can just activate King Tower, because he spent quite a lot to protect the ghost. And actually I'm going to go with a hog as well, just because I have the giant skeleton counter pushing. We do have to watch out for his queen, but Tombstone's going to be pretty good against queen usually, so this is probably going to be GG here in a second. And yeah, pretty easy win against MK. Alright, hopping in the next game here, we're going to be up against this guy, and this guy does usually play minor wall breakers, so probably will be up against that here. Alright, so we're just going to hog first play. As I said in previous videos, it is always fine to go with the hog first play with this deck, as long as you have like a tombstone or guards in cycle, or if you just know their deck. Alright, so we'll go with the split wall breakers. You're just going to split guards, and yeah, once again, he does go with the back miner, because whenever I face him, I almost always use the normal Hog EQ deck, so I guess he was just expecting that. And yeah, just the surprise factor of this deck, honestly, is what kind of makes it really strong as well. Alright, so he does have Golden Knight, so we do have to be careful with our Tombstone to not give him too much value or anything with it. And he is actually going to miss the wall breakers on the giant skeleton, so dang, that's going to be like half his tower. Alright, that's really good for us. It's probably already going to be GG here in a little bit. Gonna hog as well. I honestly don't keep track of people's exact elixir, but I kind of roughly keep track of it, and he will have enough for the bomb tower there, but it doesn't really matter, because either way it's a 4-4-4 trade, so don't mind going with the hog right there. Alright, and guards are also, the reason we have guards in this deck are because they're also so good against stuff like graveyard and picking up miners and all of that stuff. So I'm just going to EQ here. We just need like a few EQs, and his tower will be pretty much down, so yeah. I don't really see a way of him breaking through if we just have some pretty solid defense. And Tombstone will be a pretty nice block for the wall breakers every time. We'll hopefully soak up the bat hits as well, so yeah, really nice defense here. Alright, so we're just gonna play another hog here, get an EQ down as well. And he's gonna bomb tower right on our Hog Rider, but not gonna get the job done. And we'll NATO his bats really quickly, so Hog gonna get one hit there as well. And by the way, guys, like, the bomb tower always will survive like one hog hit and an EQ with just like a sliver of HP, so if you ever really want to break through, you can sometimes like go with a hog plus EQ and a tornado if you just want to make sure that your hog will break through the bomb tower pretty well. Alright, so he's going to start pressuring in the other lane. Just going to NATO to kill the spear goblins. Didn't mean to pull the wall breakers that close to our tower, but should be pretty fine here. At this point, we kind of just need like one more EQ and a tornado, so should be pretty good to go here. And yeah, you can just see like, ever since that giant skeleton change where it does double damage to towers, if they ever let it get to their tower, that's just game. So that's gonna be GG here. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!